speakers, experts, coaches, one of the very first questions I want to ask you is what kind of book are you going to write? Because most often we start the writing thinking process with sharing what we want to tell. But the question is, into what form should this book take? How are you going to frame the book? And what should the structure be? And I just want to give you 4 quick structures that you can think about. The first kind of book you can write is a how-to book. This is really great for coaches in which you're trying to take people through a process. For example, here, your Midlife Money Makeover by Kim Potgieter. Very much telling you how to make over your money in your midlife from your 50s plus. So that would be a how-to book. So it's really instructional. There could be exercises. There can certainly be anecdotes about how you learned that yourself. But the assumption is that you are an expert in the field and you are sharing the knowledge you've gained with other people and guiding them through a process. On a level, a cookbook would be a how-to book. Any weight loss or eating program book would be a how-to book. So that's really something to frame and think about. The second kind of book often we want to write in the nonfiction realm is a biography or memoir. So this immediately takes away the how-to component. It takes away the sense of sharing a process or worksheets with the reader. And it very much takes them into the realm of, this is my story. This is how I did it. If you learn something from me, fantastic. If you learn some business lessons, great. And if not, that's up to you. But most often those books are sharing your life story, not necessarily the whole story. It's taking readers through a section of your life that is really specific to your topic. So if you are writing about business, you're going to really want to focus on the build of your business, rags to riches, failure after failure. If you're talking about your sports journey, that's what you're going to focus on. You're going to leave out a huge portion of your life and just take the readers down that very specific journey. The third kind of book you can think about writing is a big idea book. Now, a big idea book comes as well from somebody who is an expert in their field. And what you do is you really just come up with a concept that can completely challenge contemporary thinking, or it can add an edge to it. So an example here would be, the God delusion. And immediately on the cover, we understand this man, Richard Hawkins, is taking a stand. Any of the tipping point Gladwell kind of books are saying, here, I've got this crazy idea, and here I'm going to prove it to you in the book. So it's a journalistic style of writing. It's far more research-based, and that really is often the domain of a journalistic writer or somebody who is of a research background. But certainly you have to be an expert in your field to also consider writing this, unless you want to do a quirky take on it, a crazy idea about parenting or love relationships, but generally you want to be somebody who knows the field. And the fourth kind of nonfiction book that you would consider structuring and writing in your own field is what I'm going to call a expert to expert, a business to business book. So that would be, for example, if you're a tax professional and it's a book for tax practitioners. You are a coach, and this is a book for coaches who want to up their game, increase their practice, add on a skill set. This is a book for psychologists who need a different take on masculinity, manhood, conversations, communication, something like that. So that gives you some sense. And I'm taking all these ideas from my Write Your Book in 100 Days, which really takes you down the road of how to write a nonfiction. And the beginning is just choosing that form that your book's going to take. And when you understand why a reader's buying it, are they going through a process? Do they want to lose weight? Do they want to learn a skill? Is this a process book, or is this an entertaining book and they want to go on a journey with you? Or is this a book in which they want to be challenged to think, which is a big idea book, think differently? Or do they want to upskill themselves within a professional context, in which it's the fourth category of book?